I'd like to look today at a brief passage. It's read quite frequently, but I want to focus on something particular about this little passage. It'll be in Luke chapter 7, verses 36 through 38. Jesus has been wandering around and preaching and teaching, and we find in verse 36, now one of the Pharisees was requesting him to dine with him. And he entered the Pharisee's house and reclined at the table. And there was a woman in the city who was a sinner. And when she learned that he was reclining at the table in the Pharisee's house, she brought an alabaster vial of perfume, and standing behind him at his feet, weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears, and kept wiping them with the hair of her head, and kissing his feet, and anointing them with the perfume. Frequently we go through and see the Pharisees' reaction and the response and the mercy that Jesus shows this woman who had lived a blatantly sinful life in the community. But I want to focus on one little thing here, a little nuance that is mentioned. It's mentioned again in John in chapters 11 and 12. If Mary, the sister of Lazarus, is indeed the same as this woman here. Um, but it mentions that she takes her hair and wipes his feet with her hair, wetting them with her tears. Consider what a woman's hair means to her. We look and we can see in our society around us that women spend a lot of time on their hair. Now, I'm a guy, okay? Um, if it's out of my eyes, I'm pretty well happy. But a woman spends a lot of time on her hair. It's a lot of her self-image on how she looks, how she feels about herself. A woman's hair means a lot to her. And here she does something that they would not make the lowest slave do unless they really, really were mad at the slave. She takes her hair and she washes Jesus' feet. Now you've got to remember, he's walking in sandals or barefoot around in a unpaved area. There may be some cobblestones out there, but there's dust, there's dirt, there's donkey poop, uh, sheep poop. Just it's a not really a clean environment that he's walking through, and so the feet were especially dirty. And normally, you would offer somebody a way for them to wash their own feet to help them clean themselves up. And we know in the story that didn't happen with this Pharisee, but Mary or this woman comes in and she sees his feet are unwashed, and she with her tears wets his feet, takes what is most emblematic of who she is, her self-image, her idea of her beauty, her idea of her individuality, her glory, as the Apostle Paul would later put it. A woman's hair is her glory, and God made them that way. I mean, it's natural, it's normal, it's okay to be concerned as a woman about your hair. And she takes this and she uses it to wash his feet. How many of us are willing to take what is most precious about our self-image and use it in Jesus' service, even if it's humiliating ourselves in the eyes of all around us? This woman did that. She took her self-image, her glory, her pride, and she used it to wash Jesus' feet. Maybe we need to consider, what is it about ourselves that we need to use to serve Jesus?